One of the first things I learned about my freshman year at BYU was the college triangle. The theory is between getting good grades, having good sleep, and having a social life, you can only do well in two areas at once. What if I told you there was a way to do well in all three? And all it takes is an investment of 150 minutes each week. This investment comes in the form of exercise. Exercise is essential to living a long, healthy, and happy life. I've spent the last 2 years studying about wellness at BYU, and I've seen the effects of exercise in my life and in the lives of others. So today, I'm going to help you understand how you can overcome your college triangle, how to make this a part of your day-to-day life, and the implications this has for your future. Let's start with the oh-so-elusive getting enough sleep. Dr. Charlene Gamaldo, the medical director at the Johns Hopkins Center for Sleep, explains that patients who exercised for at least 30 minutes during the day were able to fall asleep faster and attain a deeper sleep. Next, getting good grades. This is something that's on all of our minds as we're in the midst of final season. When you exercise, this allows you to retain memory better, process information faster, and the CDC reports helps you problem solve better. So as you're staring at a bubble sheet in the testing center, you'll actually be able to think through the problems clearly. Last, exercise is a great way to be social. From going and playing sports to enjoying the nature here in Utah or just having gym buddies, exercise can make your social time efficient. These and many other benefits can all be yours, and all it takes is 150 minutes of exercise each week, as reported by the American Heart Association. However, in a survey I conducted among BYU students asking about their exercise habits, only 57% reported meeting this criteria, even though all of them agreed exercise is beneficial. When asked why they weren't exercising, most of them said it was a lack of time. So here are some tips and tricks so that you can make exercise a part of your day-to-day schedule. First, make it a part of what you're already doing. Instead of driving to campus and spending 10 minutes trying to find a parking space, try walking. Or when you're sitting and listening to a lecture at 2 times speed, get up and move. Use your body. Next, make it fit your schedule and your needs. Here's an example from the New Zealand Heart Foundation of how you could divide exercise out throughout the day. Note, you don't have to exercise for the same amount of time day to day. You could do 60 minutes one day and 10 minutes the next. Or you could do 30 minutes 5 days a week and get 2 days off to relax. Along with this, make exercise fit your needs. If you have limitations due to injury or illness, make adjustments using your arms instead of your legs or using your core instead of your arms. When it comes to physical activity, there is something for everyone. Lastly, know your why for exercising. As a peer mentor, I've spent countless hours researching how to manage time well and teaching this to students. The biggest thing I've learned is that we make time for the things that we prioritize. So if you don't have a reason that's important to you to be exercising, you're not going to make time for it. And there's so many reasons to exercise, whether it's to just be healthy, to maintain weight, to prepare for a sport, or to live a pain-free life. To give a little more perspective on this, I want to point our minds to our future, past our here and now, past finals week. The way we treat our bodies right now has vast implications for how it will function years down the line. And the skills that we learn in the college triangle will be necessary throughout our entire lives. I saw this firsthand working at a physical therapy clinic. I fell in love with so many patients who came in and we got to work with and help them. But it broke my heart seeing people come in who could not use their bodies anymore. I saw grandparents who wanted to go out and play with their grandkids, but couldn't make it out to the family trip because they couldn't even walk across the room. I saw people who loved gardening, but couldn't kneel down to tend to their plants. I saw one woman who was brought to tears just trying to roll over in bed because it hurt so bad. This does not need to be your future. You do not need to live a life of pain or chronic disease. Because by acting now and taking care of your body, by exercising, you can set yourself up to be strong and live a healthy life. And be like our prophet, President Nelson. He was skiing until he was 90 years old. The power is in your hands, not just survive life, but to thrive. All it takes is 150 minutes.